for them now to even allow him to go and pray, I think there are a lot of loopholes and lapses there. Because if he wants to pray, we have held heads of state in detention, and they pray where they eat and live and sleep. So I don't see why this particular guy will be allowed to go to the nearest mosque to go and pray, and from there disappears.
This man that said this thing now, just listen. I will bring the full video and you will hear all you have to say concerning what happened between the DSS and the Binance official. He said that there was a compromise. Yes, nah. You know, yesterday I brought the information, the updates that did this happen between the DSS and one of the Binance officials. Now, this man, in this particular interview on channel television, this man was DSS director. Yes, he was DSS director DG. He said in this particular case now that there was a compromise. I'm not the one that said it. I'm not the one that said it. Even he said that the immigration officials were there on duty that day, that there are so many investigations that need to be conducted. Because if I thought this guy, he was on the watch list in Nigeria, his picture will be at the immigration office. His fingerprint will be there. In fact, if I thought a mistake, he entered immigration place, that they're supposed to catch him there. But something happened. Thank God he said that some people on duty that day, that some arrests have been made. Let's see and watch how the thing will go down. Just watch the full video and get the full information from him. I'm not the one that said it. Just watch.
Suspect escaped lawful custody in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. This is very, very disappointing, you know, when I heard it. Because, number one, if the man has been classed as or a suspected person to the country, he should have been watch listed. You know, in fact, he would have been taken into custody right from when he entered the country. You know, but he came in with a different passport, and then of course he was taken to court, and then of course he was taken again to a detention center. You know, I don't know the NSA as you know, whether they have a detention facility. You know, the NSA is an advisory body to the president. So we feel that if he felt that suspect should be remanded, he should have sent him either to the EFCC, his former place, or send it to the DSS to keep until the date of the court. But to keep him in a guest house where he has access to telephones and other things, and then arrange him. I don't know who are these people, because the security people that were looking after him, I don't know who they are. But for them now to even allow him to go and pray, I think there are a lot of loopholes and lapses there. Because if he wants to pray, we have held heads of state in detention, and they pray where they eat and live and sleep. So I don't see why this particular guy will be allowed to go to the nearest mosque to go and pray, and from there disappears. And then he went through the airport, and the airport does not have him on their watch list. That is strange, because immediately he was arrested, he should have been fingerprinted, and then of course put his picture and passports number, everything, to all the land, sea and air borders. But because he knows that maybe he can use money, and then left the country.
But how, I mean, when you say Lancy, and some people will smile and giggle, wherever they may be right now, who knows how porous those borders that you're talking about could be? Are there even biometric exiting entrances which works? I mean, there are ones that you can capture and put your fingers on, but I don't know, because I'm just imagining, you are the expert. Give us an understanding. Could there also be a possibility that there is a handshake with some people who helped this man escape? Is there a possibility? Is there a porosity in the borders and for him to escape? Or he could have done, it wasn't possible if he doesn't get help? Which of these theories do you think comes to mind?
Definitely, I can tell you right now, without even seeing the man, that he has rubbed hands with some security agents who allowed him. I'm happy that they've arrested some of them and let them interrogate them. They should tell us exactly what happened and how much he gave to them to let him go. But talking about borders, our borders are porous, yes, very well. But you see, the porous borders are not used by people like this. These are executives of companies. They use the airports. In fact, from the report I'm getting, he used one of the Mid-East airlines to get out of the country using his Kenyan passport. You know, because if he was using what we used to call the Nadeko route, you know, they will catch him, because that is used mainly by Nigerians, not by foreigners with his kind of face. So, if he's going through a normal airport, the watch list should be able to pick him up, because the immigration man has said it. The man traveled out through one of the Middle East airports. That means he must have gone through the security agencies. That's why he knew that he went through a Middle East airline. But then it also tells us that this man's name is not on the watch list, because if it was on the watch list, they would have picked him up.
Are you bothered, Mr. Makri, about our security in this country, especially ingress and egress?
I am, because number one, the porous borders are not good. You know, when we are talking of small that have flooded the country, they came in through these porous borders. And these borders are still there, you know. And of course, we can monitor this, or, you know, reduce it to as low as possible by using the technology of drones and all this kind of thing. Because borders in any country, even in the United States, is not guarded by fences, you know, but they are guarded by all kinds of technology that will give an alert to the security agencies that somebody or some big animal is passing through the border.
Well, I mean, does it make you feel somewhat very ashamed of a kind of system that you operated and you retired from? How this can happen? I mean, what kind of image do you think this portends for Nigeria in the eyes of the rest of the world? How would they be looking at us right now?
No, it's a normal thing. People escape from detention, and people escape and leave the country. You know, people have run away from the United States without being caught. The UK left, you know, and disappeared. Every day there's United States, you know, where people are always going out, and then marshals have to look for them. In fact, there was a that was in who went through Ghana and was passing through Nigeria when I was on duty, and we have to arrest him. So it is not a matter of being ashamed. It's something that happens. Security agencies just have to be alert to their responsibilities.
But you think in your mind, professionally, this was a compromise, kind of?
Oh, definitely, there's a compromise. There is it.
Give me a moment.